From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Friday, March 22nd, 2019, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our Orlando studios on the ones and twos, our illustrious engineer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
You still get the longest intro.
I know.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
On the Skype line from Nashville, Tennessee, Tyler Huckabee.
Hey, everybody.
And joining us for the show today from Orange County, California, Bianca Olthoff. Welcome.
Good morning. Holding it down for the West Coast, friends.
There you go.
Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, Highlands Worship joins us. They have a brand new album that just came out, and it's great. And we're going to bring that to you later in the show, and they join us. But before we get into everything, I want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by World Vision and their upcoming initiative, the Global 6K for Water. World Vision's Global 6K for Water is a one-day event where people from all over the world walk and run 6K in their own neighborhoods to bring lasting clean water to children in need. Every step you take is one they won't have to. Now, why 6K and not 5? 6K is the average distance women and kids in the developing world walk for clean water. And when you walk or run World Vision's Global 6K for Water, you provide life-changing clean water to one person in need through your registration fee. So no matter where you walk or run, you'll be celebrating lives changed. How cool is that? The event takes place on May 4th, and our whole team at Relevant is running it here in Orlando. Now, there's two things you can do. If you want to actually come and physically run it as part of Team Relevant, you can come to Orlando and join us. Go to worldvision6k.org/relevant. For the rest of you, you can get a group together and anywhere you are in the world. You can get a group together where it's just you and a friend going through your neighborhood or your church group or campus group. Go to worldvision6k.org and it has all the information on how to sign up and run this with your friends. Join us. It's going to be a lot of fun and it's for a great cause. And in fact, later on the show today, Brian Duss, our buddy from World Vision, joins us. He's the one that took me and Jesse to Somaliland. In this last year, and he's in the studio with us talking about it. So it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, now to the big news of the day. Annie F. Downs is not here. She is on a mental vacation. Isn't that what she's calling it? Or is it spiritual? I don't know.
I call it a hard staycation, because a soft staycation, you're still kind of getting stuff done. This is a hard staycation.
She has unplugged from society and from life. We think she's just sitting in a room staring at a wall. We don't know.
A mental vacation sounds kind of like they like got institutionalized, but you want to be polite about it. Like, you can't say she went nuts, so she's taking a mental vacation.
Yeah. So sitting in for the whole show today is Bianca. We are very excited to have you, and I thought it'd be good here at the beginning of the show to let the Relevant audience get to know you a little better. So Jesse and Tyler and I figured we would pepper you with some questions.
All right, bring it on.
First things first, you are in California and we're looking at you on Skype. You're sitting on the floor of your bedroom.
Yes, I am. Okay. I'm very professional.
It's very early there. She is more energetic than any of us. It is like the beginning of the morning, and she has
Hands down.
all these green shots behind her. She's got all the stuff ready to go. I'm dragging already, and she's putting us to shame.
Bianca, how many plants have you juiced this morning alone? Because I guarantee you it's more than I ever have in my whole life.
Okay, so my morning juice was like juiced in our juicer, but then I have these shots that I buy. And to make sure that we're clarifying this, they are ginger shots and turmeric shots that I add to the drink.
Okay.
So.
We don't judge.
I feel very California right now. Do not judge me, West Coast, okay? Or East Coast.
Well, East Coast, if we would have said shots, it would have been a totally different thing.
Everybody would have
Exactly.
Yeah. So Bianca, I have, obviously we cover a lot of pop culture. I always feel like one of the best ways to get to know people is to do a quick list of your favorites. Favorite movie, favorite book, and favorite TV show.
Well, hold on. But okay, while she's thinking of those answers, I will tell everybody her official bio.
Oh, yeah.
So Bianca Olthoff,
we got you a little runway here.
I was ready, Jesse. I was ready.
Okay.
Bianca Olthoff is a speaker. She's the founder of the nonprofit In the Name of Love and the author of Play with Fire, Discovering Fierce Faith, Unquenchable Passion, and a Life-Giving God, as well as the upcoming book, How to Have Your Life Not Suck. I need to read that one. Becoming Today Who You Want to Be Tomorrow. We're very excited that she's joining us for the show today. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. And a new addition to that is my husband and I just launched a church out in Orange County, California. So I'm officially a church planner now too. So add that to the resume.
You may officially be the busiest person alive right now.
But
that's why she's got all these
time
plans.
for relevant. Okay, come on. This is like I'm not even kidding you. When I was talking to Jesse earlier, I was like, this is a dream. Like I listened to you guys and now I actually feel like we're totally best friends. I mean, you guys are in my bedroom right now. So we can totally make that inappropriate. Wow. I'm fired already. Okay. Well, favorite movie. Favorite movie, Shawshank Redemption, hands down.
Really?
Give me some Andy Dufresne all day, every day.
Good one.
Favorite book, actually, I'm going to go old school. Favorite book is Velveteen Rabbit. It was a book that I read with my parents, and it just had such like sacred memories for me. And favorite TV show. Okay, so I want to be like deep and profound, but like I'll just keep it real. I am a sucker for Bravo, and so trashy reality TV, my standards are so low. But one of the shows that I like with my husband is Chicago PD. It's kind of become like our date night tradition. We go out and we come back and we're like, hey, do you want to do some Chicago PD? Absolutely.
When you said Bravo, you're speaking Cameron's love language.
Yeah, I was just saying, let's get real. Let's talk Vanderpump Rules. I mean, come on, let's just get into
next
it.
Next level. Okay, now this will determine if you're like a real Bravo fan. Patty Stegner. I say just those two words. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
Oh, you're not a real Bravo fan.
Who is it?
Cameron, she's the millionaire matchmaker. And so my goal is to be like the thousandaire matchmaker for Christians. Because there's not a lot of millionaire Christians.
I have watched Millionaire Matchmaker.
I have watched that too. I just didn't know her name.
I know the concept.
Okay, but see, you guys aren't hardcore, because if you were hardcore, then you would know Patty Stegner is the millionaire matchmaker herself. So that's like my goal. I want to match people together like as a yenta. I found out I was 100% Jew this year. And so I've been going on telling everyone like I'm Jewish. I'm very excited about that. So this is all my dreams come true right now.
That's good. I like it.
Hold on. I'm evolving your bio right now. Bianca Olthoff is a speaker, church planner, aspiring matchmaker, founder of the nonprofit in the name of, okay. I got it.
And Mexican, because that is an important note. When you say Olthoff, people are like, "Is he German?" No, I'm not the German. I'm Mexican, but I married a good German. So
okay, hold on, Mexican. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a matchmaker, but income level wouldn't be important to me. Like I'll match any two people, but I would intentionally try to do the worst, most awkward matches ever. And I would just sit back. Like you two have nothing in common and you might have animosity towards each other because of your backstories. Let's put them in a room. That's a watchable show. Sure, one could be a millionaire. I don't care. I don't care about income level. That's
would you go for like visual disparity as well? Because I have a friend who's 5 foot and her husband is 6'8".
Sure.
Okay.
That's a weird match.
Yeah, it's a weird match, right? So you would go for
so the rules of engagement change. So I think I'm a little less concerned if she's 5 foot, because I'm like, throw some heels on that girl and make it work, But the bigger thing is like when you're dating someone, the 2 requirements that every woman should have is, well, everyone that's like somewhat religious or on the Christian side and wanting to have shared values with someone. Do they love Jesus and do they have a job? Like those are basic. That's foundational. And if we don't have those.
Okay, but here's the question. What if the guy's like, my job is loving Jesus, and he's just like this cool Jesus hippie? Does that count?
Like every kid at a Christian college.
If it makes you feel any better, my husband was a missions pastor, which is kind of the same thing. Broke and loves Jesus.
He professionally loves Jesus. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's your? I was in Orlando last week and went out. Cameron was there for that. When we hit the karaoke scene. No, we did a little bit of karaoke.
Yeah.
What's your go-to karaoke number? Really want it when you want to light the place up.
Okay, I'm trying to get you guys on my good side. This is like revealing all of my trash right now. Bravo TV, reality TV.
There's no bad answers here. I mean, it's karaoke, so they're kind of all bad answers.
Give me some old school Destiny's Child Bootylicious, and I'm all over that. Replete with dancing, friends.
All right, Bianca, if you could legally own any exotic pet that you wanted, there's no stipulation.
If I could pick any animal, I would just pick my dog. I refer to him as my third child. I have 2 stepkids and then he's like my third child. So out of any pet in the entire world, I would pick my overweight dachshund to be my exotic animal.
I'm sorry, the correct answer was dolphin. So
I'm fired. My last time on the show.
Not the rest. Okay, all right. What is your favorite place in the world to visit?
Oh, man. No, I would say Barcelona. Barcelona is one of my favorite cities. Yeah.
Why? Now, why? The architecture there is crazy. Like the modern architecture combined with the history and stuff. What is it that you love about it?
So I'm an art history. My background's within art history. So I loved Spanish art, specifically what was going on in Barcelona. I love Gaudí. So yes, architecture is huge, but I still love the fashion and the food. My husband's a sommelier, so they have a great wine area, wine region out there. And so I go there and it feels like time stands still. I think the Spanish, out of all Europeans, really do the layout of the day well. They still incorporate a siesta, but it doesn't feel lazy. It's not like go take a nap more than it's, hey, just be. And when I'm there, I just feel like you really soak up the 24 hours of the day. And they have a beach, they have a downtown, they have great shopping, they have great food, they have great people. They're very passionate and affectionate. And I guess my background. So I get it. And I have such a good time there.
You're an art history buff, huh?
I used to be. I actually wanted to open up an art gallery downtown LA. And so that's why I went to graduate school. And it was in graduate school that I volunteered at my church and got suckered into loving the next generation. It all went downhill after that.
You could have been had a reality show about being this, art dealer in Beverly Hills, but you went church planning. That's, they're both exciting. I'm not criticizing.
They've been wearing black turtlenecks and fancy long cigarettes and all
art
that.
Dealing matchmaker. I'd watch that.
I have a title for it. Art of the Match. And it's in the gallery.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Brilliant.
I know.
Done.
It's not too late. It's not too late to add one more thing to the resume.
There you go.
No, I got it. Okay, she's a speaker, church planner, aspiring matchmaker, Mexican, art history buff, founder of the nonprofit. Okay, I got it. I keep adding. Now we're rounding out the bio. You need to change your Amazon bio.
Should now be the time that I don't tell you that in the name of Love Resources inmates. So we are passionate about going into prisons across the United States. In fact, next week we are heading to Texas to host 3 conferences, 2 for women, 1 for men, where most of them have never experienced any sort of conference ever. And so we want to bring in the real conference experience. It has the excellence of, I would say, the content excellence of Catalyst without, people shooting out of cannons or any of that stuff. But we do bring in pipe and drape, live music. We have centerpieces. We bring in food. You should see how they get turned up for Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh. You would think it was rack of lamb and, prime rib.
And this is actually in the prison.
In the prison. We go into the prison pods and we totally decorate it. When we did it for the women walked in and they were slack-jawed. And then 5 minutes later, they're crying. They're like, we've never experienced anything like this. Why are you doing this? And I think it's less of, I'm a preacher's kid. I'm a preacher's wife, and now I'm a preacher. But it's less of that and more of equipping them with tools. And so I reached out to a couple of my friends to donate books. So Beth Moore donated Breaking Free Curriculum. Christine Kane donated Unashamed. Sadie Robertson donated Fearless. She's actually going to be coming with me to the prison. And we're going to be teaching 3 sessions, giving them food, live worship, giveaways, presents. And you know what? Okay, so you guys might not get this, but for women of color, the texture of our hair is different. And the shampoos and conditioners, most of the time it's just body gel that doubles as shampoo and conditioner. And it just wreaks havoc on hair. And it's not about vanity. It's just about you already feel totally ugly in there. You have no makeup. You're in the matching outfit with everyone else. It's prison scrubs, for crying out loud. And we get to bring in travel size shampoos and conditioners for all types of hair. And the women just feel so loved. And so that's one thing that I'm super excited about, and one thing we've been passionate about fighting for in the last 2.5 years. So we have done 12 outreaches so far, reaching well over 1,500 inmates. And it's not going to stop.
That is incredible, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, I think it's amazing that they let you go into the prison with the resource called Breaking Free.
Right?
That's Chick-fil-A and breaking books about breaking free. That's what you're bringing in there.
Bianca, the more we talk with you this morning, the more I feel like I've accomplished nothing in my life.
Nothing.
You're an expert in art history. You're going into prisons. You're writing books. You somehow have time to watch Chicago PD. I've done none of these things.
You can both shame Cameron with his lack of Bravo knowledge as a fake as a fake Bravo fan, call him out, and you can shame all of us with just the sheer amount with just like. Do you feel like you're a very do you feel like you're like that you're going at 100?
I'm a 7 on Enneagram. I'm a 7-8. So it's just like I'm yes
My wife's
to everything.
A 7-8.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're already friends.
I'm a
You already
7-8
know
too.
me.
A 7 with an 8.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yes,
crazy.
Cameron. See, that's why we get each other. Vanderpump Rules.
That's crazy.
Okay, wait. Favorite and worst character on Vanderpump Rules. Like, that's really going to determine if we could be friends.
Oh boy. I mean, a favorite? I mean, okay, you tell me yours. You tell me yours.
Okay, I feel, okay, I love Lala. I feel like she can't do any wrong.
Okay,
Lala
but here's the
can't-
deal. She's changed. The last, I don't know, 6 or 7 episodes, I'm just seeing a side of her that I don't like as much as I used to. I used to like
she's
her,
in
and
pain. She's lost her father. She's on that
She's in pain.
breakup. Like, it's
she's
a
in
lot.
pain. She's in pain.
Okay, my least favorite character at the moment, it was Jax, but I feel like he's kind of like coming around.
He's trying to, he's trying to turn
And then
it.
I've read some stuff on like very deep, trashy magazines that he's going to church. So like, okay, awesome. Kudos to you. So I think I would say James Kennedy is like my least favorite at the moment.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. He's there's just not a whole lot to root for there.
No, bless.
Too bad.
Bless it all.
All right. Sorry, we could take the Vanderpump discussion
I think
for
you
the
guys
rest of
could
the
do
show.
a whole Vanderpump podcast, like a recapping. You
Oh,
know,
we can. Yes. Fashion choices.
The Vanderpod.
Yeah, the Vanderpod. You are so good at
Vanderpod.
this, Jesse. You should be in brand.
This is good.
You should do this professionally.
This is good.
Art of the match, Vanderpod. I mean, you're on a roll,
Oh
brother.
my gosh. that is
Bianca,
really
you
good.
would be surprised how many pointless skills that don't translate to anything beneficial in life that I have. Like, I don't have any of the good ones. I just have pointless ones that
I would
benefit
subscribe
no
to the
one.
Vanderpod. I would, yeah, that's a great name. All right, well, we are excited that you're joining us. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, coming up next, we'll take a break here. Coming up next, stay tuned. It'll be the hot list and the results of the jingle.
Sunflower in the evening, standing in the garden, taking up that space. No power can compare me back into the daylight. Let that evil wait.
You're listening to Vampire Weekend. The song is Sunflower, featuring Steve Lacy of the internet. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Jai Wolf. The song was Lose My Mind, featuring Mr. Gabriel. All right, this is a big moment in show history. It is very rare that we change or evolve a segment. Like Slices has been with us for 14 years now, since 2005, right? Listener of the Week or Editorial Question of the Week. I mean, that jingle has been with us for over a decade, Editorial Question of the Week. The Hot List is a new segment. It's the newest addition to the relevant podcast repertoire. And we went to you guys to help us determine the jingle, the branding. If you listen to last Friday's show, we played 5 weeks of jingle options that Chandler has created for the hot list. You guys went online and voted in droves. It was a tight race too. This is what's crazy.
Yeah.
It was super tight.
But we gave the stipulation that this was not a legally binding vote. Like, we have veto power, and we have Bianca on the show too. And I'm interested to get her opinion on this.
I would too. Yeah, her vote will carry.
So I think it'd be
more
fair for people who maybe missed last week's shows to play the 5 jingle options for the hot list.
Great.
Let Bianca hear them, get her feedback, and then I will tell you which one you voted for. Okay, so option number 1.
The hot list.
The hot list. All right, option number 2.
It's the hot list. The hot list. It's just
that one won me over. That one won me over.
That one makes
Last
me
few
very
days.
uncomfortable.
All right,
That makes
Makes me uncomfortable.
Option number 3.
That's my favorite.
Option number
always
4. And option number 5. All right, Bianca, of those 5 jingle
This is
options,
very tough, guys.
what's
is.
your
It's-
favorite?
They're all winners in their own way.
Yeah.
I would say between 1 and 4. That's my guess at the listener's vote.
1 and 4 were the 2 lowest vote getters.
Oh my word!
It's all that Bravo watching. See, I need
personally
to
like number
stop.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4 was the smallest number of votes.
Number 4 was that was kind of like the 1970s PBS talk show, right?
It's jazzy.
My fear is that number 2 won, and it sounded very cheesy and like kind of like 1970s
inappropriate.
gigolo. Yeah,
very inappropriate.
I was shooting for Yacht Rock, so that was
All right. He shot for Yacht Rock, and he somehow hit 70s.
there's
boudoir.
like 70s guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will tell you the 2 top. So far and away. So I will say that the lowest was number 4. The second lowest was number 1. The third lowest was Jesse's at number 3. The 2 top vote getters coming in, the popular vote coming in at number 2 is number 5. And the top vote getter, number 2.
This can't happen. This can't happen. We're not going to subject people to this every week.
This is a good indication of everyone listening to this podcast. Okay.
We can't. Too many babies will be made. We can't play that every week. I think people were just trying to rig it to make us play it. And I think the true winner is actually number 5. Play it again for us.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
literally just in case you missed it. Just saying it's the hot list.
Don't spoil it for everyone, Chandler.
I want to apologize to the people. I know you count on us to recognize your votes.
No, this is the Electoral College. No, this is the Electoral College. We heard your votes, and then we voted, and our votes matter more than your votes. We are the Electoral College.
I'm a man of the proletarian,
Cameron. Kids. Yeah.
I empower the people.
You're a populist.
I'll put together editing software that'll allow you to put in whatever jingle you want to. A free app. That'll
like
be a free plugin.
Netflix show. Yeah.
Free plugin.
The other one sounds more appropriate for something like the Vanderpod, to be quite honest.
Yes, exactly, Jesse. Well played. Well played.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, for this week's hot list, coming in at number 5 this week, DMX delivered a passionate prayer at Kanye West's latest Sunday service. The rapper, whose real name is Earl Simmons, was a special guest at the weekly gathering, which includes special gospel-themed music led by Kanye and a choir. DMX opened the service praying for favor on himself and fellow Christians. Here's a clip.
Your favor surrounds me as a shield, and the first thing that people come in contact with is my favorite shield. Thank you that I have favor with you and man today. All day long, people go out of their way to bless and to help me. I have favor with everyone that I deal with today. Doors that were once closed are now open for me. I receive preferential treatment. I have special privileges. I am God's favored child. No good thing will he withhold from me. Because of God's favor, my enemies cannot triumph over me. I have supernatural increase and promotion. I declare restoration of everything the devil has stolen from me. I have honor in the midst of my adversaries and an increase of access, especially in real estate and expansion of territory. Because I am highly favored by God, I experience great victories, supernatural turnarounds, miraculous breakthroughs in the midst of great impossibilities. I receive recognition, prominence, and honor. Petitions are granted to me, even by ungodly authorities. Policies, rules, regulations, and laws are changed and reversed on my behalf. I win battles and I don't even have to fight.
Someone needs to put a DMX beat to that.
I'm saying, that's crazy.
And I love how, like, the deeper into the prayer he got, the more DMX he got. Like, you know, like he started off as a prayer, and then it got like, okay, this is DMX up here. The devil wants that. You know, it's like that gritty. It's
You know what? DMX was a major moment for me in publishing Relevant. And in 2003 is when we started our print mag. And I think the second issue, right, was right when DMX very publicly proclaimed, I got saved. I found the Lord, and it was really like he was very bold about it, talking about his newfound faith, right? And so in the magazine, I remember it's our second issue, and it was like, whoa, intersection of faith and culture. This is like prime time for us. And so we did a big thing in the front matter, right, at the beginning of the magazine about DMX becoming a Christian, right? And then like a year later, he gets arrested for drugs, and then like he kind of walked back the faith thing, and then like it kind of went skewy a few years later, and then now he's kind of back in the fold, but like it just made me remember, or maybe learn very early on, like, okay, we need to kind of hold all of our coverage of Christians and culture at kind of arm's length. You know what I mean? We can't be like, he's one of us now. Yeah. So it was
look at him out there.
DMX was a teaching moment for me. So
I posted that clip on Monday morning in our all staff thread that we talked to each other. I said, this is the prayer that we need to open up the week with, because he needs to pray at our next staff meeting, because I'm ready to run through a wall for the Lord.
Right, I'm already double blessed, I'm walking in all of God's favor.
Anybody else feel like DMX? DMX kind of like Bianca. He's got one speed. He's always on.
That's because I'm praying that prayer. That's why.
Yeah. I was going to say,
enlarge all my territories. Open up every door that the enemy has closed.
That was pretty good. No, that I feel like if I ran a church, Bianca, this is an idea. You run a church. I feel like just bring DMX in only for the benediction, only for people are about to walk out the door.
Yes.
He goes in and prays. Everyone's just going to be like, yes, Jesus.
They're going to Braveheart out into the streets. They're going to kill somebody.
Coming in hot list number 4 this week, Bear Grylls is back in the news. He has a new show on Netflix that will be a choose your own adventure style survival series. This is crazy. You remember when Black Mirror did their special episode Bandersnatch? The show is going to be called You vs. Wild, and it's going to be interactive just like that. It's going to allow viewers to actually choose which extreme survival techniques Bear will use in different insane wilderness situations. So Bear said he's excited to give, quote, viewers an all-access pass to explore the world and its landscapes in my boots. The stakes are high in this one. In addition to being a famed survival expert, Bear is also an outspoken Christian, although we have to hold that at arm's length because DMX taught us.
Never know.
Back in 2010, he explained to Relevant what his relationship with God meant to him. He said, what does it mean? It's about being strengthened. It's about having a backbone run through you from the person who made you. It's about being able to climb the biggest mountains in the world with the person who made them. He's I don't know. Did you know that he's a big advocate and leader in the Alpha discipleship movement coming out of London? Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah. I don't get how this works. I never saw Bandersnatch. Can y'all inform me? So he's doing a thing and it's it pauses and you choose what he does next.
It's like B-roll. It doesn't pause. So and at least in Bandersnatch, I keep almost saying Vanderpump. Bandersnatch is like Vanderpump After Dark. It's like kind of edgy.
So for example, we will be with Bear when he is on, he's about to spend a freezing night out in the Himalayas, and he can either sleep inside a yak carcass, or we'll choose if he makes a shelter out of an old beehive. That's the kind of things you'll get to press a button and see what happens if
they basically just had to film all these scenarios,
right. numerous and then that one choice leads on to a few other choices, so you could watch it. I thought Bandersnatch was interesting. I watched it. I probably spent an hour and a half just poking around and trying different things trying to not die, honestly.
I mean, that was my thing. It's back when I was a kid, I'd read these choose your own adventure books, and I'd always just kind of there's always a choice, and clearly one was the one to do, and the other one you flip ahead and the page was 2 paragraphs, and it's you died, or whatever.
So is there going to be a go back option? If I chose the wrong adventure for Bear, does that mean I can go back and pick a different one?
No, he's dead.
Because it's Netflix. So can I just
you don't lose your account on Netflix. I don't think. Although that would be a very good high stakes game. That would be a much more high stakes TV watching if
it's like Hunger Games.
The last show you ever watched.
You chose the wrong adventure.
For every wrong Bear choice you make, they take away a season of The Office that you can go back and watch. It's horrible. The stakes are high. The stakes are high.
In Bandersnatch, you would eventually if you would have different save points in the video game parlance, you would call them. So it wouldn't go all the way back to the beginning necessarily, but it would take you back a few options.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Well, coming in at number 3 this week on the hot list, Lollapalooza released their lineup, and Lauren Daigle is the only worship artist playing there this year. The lineup for the festival that Jesse and I go to, I get in Tyler too, every year. I think I've been to 13 of them.
They're giving you some sort of box seats or something.
I don't know. But for the first time in recent memory, a worship artist is performing there. So there are several openly Christian artists like NF, Judah and the Lion, 21 Pilots that have played over the years. Switchfoot, I saw a couple years ago. But Lauren Daigle is known for both her latest crossover album, Look Up Child, as well as her worship albums, How Can It Be and Behold. We saw her on tour with Hillsong United a couple years ago as well.
You've gone for 13 years because I've gone probably 5. And I was trying to think, I can't ever remember like an artist who's been like explicitly a worship artist play Lollapalooza.
Well, but her current album isn't a worship album. I mean, like, you say...
Well, I don't know if we could say that. Like, it's very worshipful. Like, I can listen to the lyrics and be like, wow, I feel like it would kind of double dip as worship.
Absolutely. I mean, Look Up Child, though, isn't like a corporate worship song. So it's a genre blending kind of thing,
It doesn't meet the traditional, like you put the words on a PowerPoint screen in church. Right. Maybe in your church you do, Bianca. I have not been to the new...
Because DMX is doing the benediction.
Oh, yeah, that's what I forget. Yeah. We're doing things a little different.
Lauren Daigle leading worship and DMX do it. Yeah, I would go to that church. Lauren Daigle leads worship.
Jack Shepherd's comes to our church, so there you go.
Yeah, but Kara, can you remember an artist that you would be comparable to Lauren Daigle playing Lollapalooza in that someone who has like a background in explicitly church music? I mean, she like when we saw her ironically in Chicago with Hillsong, she was actually leading worship. I can't remember another artist that would play that. And that's not to say anything negative about the festival or the artist. It just seems like
you're saying church music. You mean corporate worship? Yeah, no, I can't think of anybody like that. But like people who are like explicitly Christian in their lyrics. So not like 21 Pilots is kind of like they grew up in the church, but like explicitly Christian. And okay, if it's an explicit album, I don't think it's church music. I mean,
he has how great is our God on that. That's the granddaddy of corporate worship music.
Chance is a Christian. I agree. Chance makes great music. I agree. I don't think Chance makes Christian music though. Yeah.
If Nancy Huckabee, if my mom listens to it, then it's gotta be
then it's safe for the little ears. If Nancy's listening, then you can put it on
the bar.
Yeah. I mean, I saw NF last year there. He's a Christian rapper. And then I saw Switchfoot a couple years ago. Yeah. I mean, they don't seem to discriminate. I mean, if it's a breakout Christian album, they'll have them. Yeah. This year, Ariana Grande, Childish Gambino, Tame Impala, Casey Musgraves, Meek Mill, Janelle Monáe, and Maggie Rogers are among the artists who will be playing the festival. There's a similar lineup to the Woodstock Festival that's happening
Woodstock
a few weeks
50.
later, the 50th anniversary. Yeah. Very cool. Hot list number 2. Lily Singh will take over for Carson Daly this year, making her the only woman host on broadcast late night television. She's a former YouTube star, and she's going to be taking over the late spot on NBC, retitling the show Last Call to A Little Late with Lily Singh. In a statement, Lily, who will also executive produce the show, said, "An Indian-Canadian woman with her own late-night show? Now that is a dream come true. I'm thrilled to bring it to life on NBC, and I hope my parents consider this to be as exciting as a grandchild." She's a YouTube personality who's amassed 14 million subscribers. She's a bona fide New York Times bestselling author with her book, How to Be Boss, A Guide to Conquering Life, and has even showed up in a few feature films like Bad Moms and HBO's Fahrenheit 451. She'll officially take the reins in September this year. Looking forward to it. This is going to be a totally different type of show. I mean, Carson was more about interviews and music discovery. Yeah. She's going comedy with it, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm glad. I feel like I forget that Carson Daly is even on TV anymore. Like, Carson Daly's always TRL to me. He's always after school going on.
He's the host of The Voice, and he's on the Today Show.
I know.
And he has a daily pop radio show, national radio show like Ryan Seacrest.
I'm aware of all these things, but in my mind, he's always the guy on MTV with Doc Martens and one painted fingernail and, queuing up the Blink 182. That's always Carson Daly to me.
I love it in the New York Times. They said that they wanted something to kind of rival the ratings for Jimmy Fallon. And they feel like not only is she a woman, not only is she a woman of color, but like she has this like comedic edge, which will hopefully kind of rival Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, and too, like part of the reason why Jimmy Fallon is so successful is because a lot of people don't watch his show, but will watch him on YouTube the next day.
Yeah,
and so by getting someone who is like a self-made YouTube superstar, I mean that perfectly positions her for success in the landscape where people consume media in a totally different kind of way.
She potentially understands the new digital landscape better than anybody else. Not like Colbert is definitely like of a different generation. Same with Fallon. She could really break, like, the time slot may end up working in her favor because she doesn't. Who cares when she airs as long as it's good stuff that can go viral the next morning.
Yeah, because I can't remember the last time someone sent me an email and said, "Hey, watch this Carson Daly clip on YouTube."
Carson. Did you see this Carson bit last night?
I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying this seems like a wise move on NBC's part. That's all.
Yes.
Okay, and coming in number 1 this week on the hot list, you'll finally be able to see the Mary Magdalene biopic starring Rooney Mara and Joaquin Phoenix as Jesus. The film was supposed to be released on Easter of last year, but it was shelved when its studio, the Weinstein Company, collapsed following revelations about its horrible founder, Harvey Weinstein, who's now in jail. Though it saw a limited international release, it's been largely delayed ever since. But it was just acquired by IFC Films, who will release it on April 12th. In addition to Mara and Phoenix, the film also stars Chiwetel Ejiofor as Peter. Man, all these names, these are difficult names. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, stacked cast with some names that are Joaquin Phoenix, Chiwetel Ejiofor, and Rooney.
These are not phonetically spelled names. That's all I'm saying.
That's what the casting director was like. Give me the most complicated pronunciations in Hollywood, and let's put them in a Jesus movie. Yeah,
it's
none of them are Middle Eastern. So it seems like if you're gonna play Jesus, exactly. Mary, and Peter, but then
It's the film is directed by Garth Davis, who achieved widespread acclaim for his film Lion, which was nominated for 6 Oscars. The movie, according to Deadline, tells the story of one of the most misunderstood women in history, alternately vilified as a sinner and canonized as a saint. The sole woman among his band of disciples, Mary defies the prejudices of her patriarchal society. It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting. I'm a big fan. I mean, everyone in that cast, I've liked stuff they've done, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is a really interesting. Obviously, there is some appropriate criticism of casting another white guy as Jesus, but I do feel like as an actor, he brings some interesting stuff to the table. All
right, that'll do it for this hot list. I don't know. Does it feel? I don't know.
I feel like it needs to be hot. The other one,
that one is my favorite.
All right, it's your favorite, really. So we got two. Okay, if we're electoral colleging this thing, Jesse's vote is hot. Okay, can you play that one more time?
For Bianca, remind me your vote again.
She was 1 and 4.
My vote was 1 and 4.
Okay,
they were very basic, but I just was trying to play it safe. Yeah. I'm still going for 4. I'm holding it down for the least voted one.
Yeah, the underdog.
Yeah.
The dark horse coming in.
No,
okay,
right.
Chandler, play 4 for me. Oh, I see.
It's pleasant. Soothing. It's very pleasant.
It's
sweet. It just goes.
There's something very pleasant about it in the earbuds too. It's like there's something about that,
Something about those 7/9 chords, you know what I mean?
And then play Jesse's for me, number 3. See, that
one's my favorite.
It's your favorite.
No.
It's just silly.
Oh, Bianca hates it. You look like you despise it.
Okay, play Bianca's for me again.
I would call that a look of disdain for that jingle.
Wait, number 4?
Yeah. And then play number 5 for me, the number 2 vote getter. See, I like Bianca's better than that one.
Yeah, that one's. I was trolling. It was literally the In Case You Missed It jingle.
Voice of truth.
Play Bianca's for me again.
Very pleasant. Like I said,
it's nice.
The question is, at the beginning of the segment, which is very early in the show, does it have enough energy? You know what I mean?
We can double it with the DMX prayer.
That's
actually give the music track to DMX voice over it. There we go. Problem solved. Done.
It feels like it's
the juxtaposition.
It feels like it's a final segment in the show jingle, not a beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Can I get Chandler? Can we get the yacht rock one more time, please?
It's the hot list. The hot list.
I think you guys are sleeping on right answer here.
I think what makes it porny is the bow chicka bow bow
Yeah, the
riff.
guitar. Yeah.
If you could maybe keep
listen,
the rest
I'm going to
of
solve
it.
this. I'm going to solve this for us. Chandler, back to the drawing board. 5 new jingles by the end of the day. Get to work.
I think we have a hung jury. I think we should have.
I could take out the guitar.
And just maybe add a more yacht rocky one or something.
Yeah. And somehow work in.
Versus a 70s-ish one.
Just one line from the DMX prayer, just to get favor over this part of the podcast.
It's murder.
Sound like Ja Rule.
That's right.
He's a lady. Yeah.
All right. Anything from the early 2000s. Any Ja Rule, DMX, we're good. Okay.
Yeah. Toss
All
it.
right. That'll do it for the hot list. Stay tuned. Up next, Highlands Worship joins us. You are listening to our next guest. The song is Who is Like the Lord? Well, this week's episode is brought to you by Quip. One of the most important things we can do for our health every day is brushing our teeth. Or if you'd ask Bianca, also taking a lot of green shots. Lots of green shots. Lots
It's
of
important to brush your
of
teeth after, though.
Yeah,
Right?
because
Yes,
they got a lot of pulp in
absolutely.
them. Lots of pulp.
Lots of pulp.
Heavy pulp.
Yeah, most of us don't do it properly. Quip is a better electric toothbrush created by dentists and designers. Quip was designed to make brushing your teeth more simple, affordable, and even enjoyable. Up to 90% of us don't brush for a full 2 minutes or clean evenly, so a built-in 2-minute timer pulses every 30 seconds to remind you when to switch sides. And 3 out of 4 of us use bristles that are old, worn out, and ineffective. That's why brush heads are automatically delivered on a dentist-recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5. You know what my favorite thing about Quip, though, is that, because I've used other electric toothbrushes, is that it's like a gentle pulsing. It's not too abrasive. I like it's sensitive sonic vibrations.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I like about it. And it looks really good, too. It's like the Apple or Tesla of toothbrushes.
Yeah.
That's why I love Quip and why they're backed by over 20,000 dental professionals. Right now, Quip has a special deal for Relevant Podcast listeners. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/relevant right now, you'll get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/relevant. Well, Highlands Worship Collective is from Church of the Highlands in Alabama. Their latest album, Jesus, You Alone, recently debuted at number 2 on the iTunes Christian charts. Good for them. Jesse, you recently spoke to the band's John Larson about the inspiration for the album and some of its standout songs.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to them, kind of what makes their album different and kind of stand out. And when I talked to John, he was saying that, they really wanted to make the theme very not inwardly. Like there's a lot of worship songs, which is not necessarily a bad thing, that are focused on what, I and what we need and are. But they really wanted to make one that was really focused on Jesus and really, looking at how worship is an opportunity for us to become less and for us to really focus on how God can be more for us. Here's what John actually had to say.
Well, with the song Jesus, You Alone, I mean, we honestly set out at the beginning of really last year writing a lot of these songs, trying to discipline ourselves actually to focus in on that, that theme, because we were seeing a lot of, we love the songs that are out there, but there was a lot of, I felt like there was a little bit of a lack of songs that really did just focus in on the nature of him, and so I think with this song, I love it because it just talks about just what he's done, who he is, and then it goes back to just that classic kind of, it's, hey, he's worthy, he's holy. All the glory, all the honor belongs to him. And so it's true that these songs kind of all grouped into that same kind of theme. And really, as we were writing, the scripture, John 3:30 came to the forefront and just simply says that he, meaning Jesus, has to become greater and we have to become less.
I thought that was a really interesting thought, because there's a lot of albums that I feel like, I've been listening to lately that that are really from the perspective of the person singing, which there's nothing wrong with, you know what I mean? Of what God can do for us, especially in like an hour of need. But I felt like that was a really interesting approach. It's sort of like almost how hymns were written, where there wasn't sort of the first person perspective, but it was really focused on what God can do. So I wanted to talk about the Song of My Heart, because that one was a little bit different, because it did kind of come from that, it was kind of a little bit of an outlier in the album, because it is, has the word my in the title. And so I wanted to ask him kind of about that. And what he said was really interesting was about how the song takes an approach of like an internal dialogue that we can kind of have with ourselves that can really be life affirming and something we can kind of carry into not just the worship experience, but our day-to-day life. And here's what John had to say about that.
I think for all of us, we have to have this. I love the word picture, song in my heart, because I think, as believers, we've got to have this like internal dialogue going on constantly. Again, I'm going back to we're in such a crazy environment in the world. But the thing that sets us apart, is that we have this internal dialogue that's going on, and that there's this constant, melody of God's love, this melody of God's grace going on, that the things that we do in life, that's an external thing, but there's this internal, amazing interaction going on with the Lord. And I think that's really kind of the theme that came out in that song.
Bianca, at your church, when it's not DMX delivering the benediction, what's your go-to? What's the go-to worship song to like really get it going? Like if you're gonna deliver like a fire sermon and you're like, okay, I gotta set this is a kind of a get to know you, but what's your go-to song?
Okay, so our worship leader is this young guy, and he wrote a song that's very anthemic. It's very like God-centered and God-focused, but it's basically the chorus is even if you don't, I still will remain. And I feel like that's been kind of like our church's. We're 5 months old. We're so new to the game. Yeah. So most people aren't familiar with it. It's actually getting some radio play, which is really cool. We're happy for him. But most people won't know that. I would say something, I think it's the second, which maybe more listeners might know, is Resurrection by Elevation. Yeah. I think that it's kind of like is a good one to go out on, or at least at the end of corporate worship. Yeah. And I actually, it's interesting you say that's the end, because one of the questions I, kind of talked to John about is like, how do they end the album? And like, how do they, like, when they look back at what is this album as a whole, like what is the theme of the album when someone's done listening to it, like what's the goal of it? And John's, response, I think it's a really great approach to worship music, and it's really kind of creating an atmosphere and experience to kind of ready yourself to experience God. And here's what John had to say about that. You can play the last one, Chandler.
The heart for these songs is, at the end of the day, we put a lot of work into the production. We put a lot of work into it sounding good, and we collected a great team. But it's true. We just our heart is that these songs, whether they're, on somebody's little playlist, just randomly playing, or whether they encountered them on at church on a Sunday, or, just driving down the road listening to music, is that there's just that an experience, or an atmosphere is created where people can experience Jesus, that there's truth. And so that's why we really try to make these as singable as possible, as memorable as we possibly can. But at the end of the day, we're trying to create that atmosphere or that experience where, people just, man, they get a breath of fresh air in their life, and it's just, that they're just a little bit closer to the Lord.
When I need that breath of fresh air, I put on the Highlands Worship album, and then I listen to the DMX prayer, and it is a breath. One is a breath of fresh air. One is an icy chill that just hits me in the face and makes me want to go, win some souls. But no, seriously, it's a great album. Like it is different from a lot of stuff that's out there. So definitely, if people are looking for something,
people know media. We get, dozens of press releases every day, if not more than that. And this one came across my inbox, and I hadn't heard that this album was being released, and it had tracks, to click and check it out, and I did, and it was phenomenal. It really was a phenomenal album, and I forwarded it to the team. Like, this is one that we need to get behind. It's really cool. So definitely go check it out. It's called Jesus, You Alone, and it debuted at number 2 on the iTunes Christian charts. Well, stay tuned. Up next, our friend Brian Duss joins us.
Northside hero, young Latino, trying to make the best of what they give my people. Papa was an alien, the flow illegal. I've been at the bottom, you can't kill my ego. Brother wanted pizza, we got Little Caesars. We ain't had no money, we had to break even. Check the
You're listening to What Up RG. The song is Swish. Well, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, today is World Water Day, and we have partnered with World Vision to help provide clean water for people in need. Particularly, we are participating on May 4th in the World Vision Global 6K for Water. To talk about it and some of the impact that it will create, please welcome to the show our good friend Brian Duss.
Happy World Water Day, everybody.
Is that a thing at World Vision? Do you guys send each other cards? And is there a cake?
I've encouraged people to give gifts in the form of dark chocolate, but it hasn't caught on yet.
Okay. Because I picture it not being like a cake. Like everyone just gathers around like a conference table and has a tall glass of water.
Literally around the water cooler.
Right. Brian, podcast listeners probably remember Brian because he is the person who very bravely took Jesse and I to Somaliland last spring. And we went and saw a famine firsthand and the plight of millions of people in that region, which is just jaw-droppingly difficult area. And we saw the impact of clean water in the area because it was completely desert-like conditions. We'd be driving on, there's no roads. We'd be just going through this rough area in a Jeep. Jesse would be throwing up out the window. That's right. And then we would see in the distance like this huge cluster of like camels and there's trees and wait, what's that? And then we get closer and it's a clean water well that World Vision had brought to the area, and we could see tangibly the impact it was having on the communities that were there. It was incredible, which is why we're so excited to help support that work through the Global 6K for Water on May 4th. And this is something that you listeners need to know. World Vision is the #1 provider of clean water in Africa, which was, I had no clue about that. Yeah. But when you go to Africa and you see all these communities being impacted, more often than not, it's World Vision teams that are putting the wells in. And it's really cool to see. So who better to partner with to provide life-changing clean water than you guys? So I just want to, we're really glad you can jump on the show with us, Brian, and tell us a little bit about kind of the purpose behind the Global 6K and how people can get involved.
I'm so excited. Y'all do such a great job telling the story of the work that so many different organizations are doing. And this is an opportunity for relevant podcast listeners to actually join in being a part of the solution. So right now, World Vision, every 10 seconds, World Vision provides clean water to a new person. And so when you sign up to run the Global 6K, you have the opportunity to be transforming one individual child's life. And that's amazing because sometimes the news is filled with all sorts of drama. This is one thing that you can do that you know will make a difference. You guys saw it with your own eyes. It's amazing.
One thing, Brian, that I think is really interesting, like when I first started learning about, why clean water is like such an important issue, I think a lot of people kind of have like the initial preconception is like, oh, well, obviously, there's health benefits to not drinking dirty water. But actually, even the reason why you guys do the 6K distance is really interesting, because once people don't have to travel these, really far distances and put themselves in danger, it can like fundamentally change communities. Can you talk a little bit about the idea behind the 6K, but also like I said, why putting in one of these wells is so transformative? Cameron and I could see with their own eyes. It was literally an oasis in the desert where, it allowed this family that was working on the farm to, sell fruits and vegetables and provide for their families. And, it wasn't just, oh, here's a clean water well. It was really transformative. Talk a little bit about the idea behind the 6K and why.
Yeah, that was an incredibly powerful day. And for folks that haven't read your article, your Somaliland piece was really just so strong. The thing about the 6K is that 6 kilometers is about the average distance that women and girls have to walk for water in the developing world. So when some people walking up to 2 hours to get water, instead of going to school, I think about my nieces and I think, what are girls missing out on if they're not in school? If they're busy doing chores, walking long distances for water, they can't be the scientists of the future. They can't be the leaders of the future. They can't be all of the things that God wants them to be. And so when you give someone access to clean water, that's foundational. If you read through the scripture, there's so many things where they talk about clean water and living water. It's because if you don't have clean water, that's such the start. Like right now, 1,000 children under 5 die every day because of dirty water, whether they get diarrhea that is life-threatening, cholera, all sorts of stuff that they get from dirty water. These children are not living into the fullness of who God wants them to be. So for folks that, to sign up, it's $50 per person. That gets clean water to one person. You actually get a race bib in the mail as a picture of that child, and that child is going to get clean water because of you.
That's crazy. So each bib is this bib paid for this child to get clean water. That's really cool.
Yeah,
really cool
I love it. Yeah. I mean, there's so many times you can think about the fact that, over 800 million people in the world don't have access to clean water. That's a huge number and it seems overwhelming. But when I think about my faith and I think about how to live that faith out, scripture talks about to whom much is given, much is required. And for me, as someone in the U.S., I have the freedom to speak to my representatives about clean water issues, to get my church involved, to sign up myself. You don't have to go to a location. When you go to worldvision6k.org, you can literally set up to run this race on May 4th all by yourself. You update us on Instagram stories, go on Twitter, go on Facebook. Tell us what you're doing. If you want to get your church involved, you live in Dallas, great, get a group. Minneapolis, great, find a group. LA, great. There are all sorts of churches doing it. But you can do it all by yourself because one person is making a difference for that child, and that's amazing.
And actually, so this is the thing, we've been getting word out all day today through Relevance channels about this. Like, we want you to join us on May 4th. Relevant is running it, and we want you to run it or walk it too. I mean, we want you to get involved. And you can go over to worldvision6k.org, find a group in your area, and if there isn't one, you can host one. And like Brian said, it could be just you and some friends running around your neighborhood, just whatever you can do to raise support and help these kids get life-changing clean water. If you want to go to one of those cities he mentioned, there's a lot of groups in those cities. If you want to come to Orlando, we're hosting one here at downtown Orlando at Relevant headquarters. Team Relevant.
Can I say something about that real quick, Cameron?
Please.
I need to address something about this.
Yeah.
Because I will be down there running.
Yeah.
And it's not really fair because I've had, in addition to my natural athletic prowess, I've had some heads up about this. I've been training. That's why I want to issue a challenge to any listener that comes to Orlando and has the audacity to try and beat me. If they beat me on May 4th during the race, which likely will not happen, they will receive from me a hearty handshake and a selfie that is priceless because I don't do selfies. It is literally priceless. That's what I'm issuing to listeners.
It's literally priceless because nobody would ever pay money for it.
He will probably be doing it in rollerblades, so it's not really a fair contest.
I'm not going to promise I won't cheat, but it's for a good cause, and I'll do what I have to take. Whatever it takes to win.
I will say this about the relevant team. This morning we were talking about it, and I was like reminding everybody, you need to participate. Like we're doing this, we believe in this, and you guys need to actually go sign up. And I had a few of the non-runners on staff come over and, can I just work the table? No, you got to walk it. I mean, literally World Vision, half their literature is like grandma's pushing strollers for this thing. You're fine. Just go. You don't have to run.
But to be fair, let's say someone is, doing for some reason isn't available on May 4th, but maybe they're at a wedding or something. I'm trying to think of something that's
one of our own staff members' sisters graduated from college that morning. She can't participate.
You can still go to worldvision6k.org/relevant and donate right there. Like if you can't join Team Relevant, if you can't run it that day, you can go and there's a button that says support, and you can click support and give a donation, and that's appreciated as well because whether you're running or not,
$50.
Whether you're running or not, every $50 provides clean water for someone.
And so, worldvision6k.org/relevant. If you want to come to Central Florida and run with us, we're going to start here at the Relevant offices. There's an urban trail right outside our door. We're going to go up. We're going to go over a big bridge. We're going to go around the lake. We're going to come back. It's going to be a great day. Lovely day. And we're going to help a lot of people get clean water, which is awesome. But again, if you can't come to Orlando, LA, Minneapolis, Dallas, they have a ton all over the country, all over the world. People are doing this. I think last year, almost 50,000 people participated. Yep. We have big, hairy, audacious goals about the number we want to see happen this year. Think about all the lives impacted. World Vision is doing great work. I mean, I've for years have been involved with World Vision. Last year, I ran Hood to Coast to raise money for clean water through World Vision. I've gone for years to seeing the work they do with refugees and families and kids all over the world, and I stand behind them, and we're so excited to be participating in this event. We want you to join us. Go sign up, worldvision6k.org, wherever you are. And if you want to come down to Orlando and take on Jesse, worldvision6k.org/relevant.
I will say I will have a little side table where waivers will be because I'm going full Mario Kart out there. Banana peels.
I will say this. John David was asking if he could bring one of those motorized skateboards. And hey, no rules, just right. You know what I'm saying? The issue is just raising the money. It's
point A to point B. Like it's kind of whoever gets there first.
Hey Jesse, the Jesse robot that we have, where it's remotely controlled with the Facebook thing. Well, Jess, our office manager, she doesn't want to. She wants to work the table. I said, well, maybe she could join us by the Jesse robot. She could just be the robot coming with us on the path.
Well, Cameron, what I like about what you're proposing is essentially a cannonball run situation where the goal is to get to point A to point B the fastest, whatever means necessary.
Yeah.
Like the relevant race has its own rules down there. It's cannonball run status. We're not going to ask questions.
But people are allowed to just do it in their own neighborhoods or whatever, wherever they are. And World Vision's not like regulating this thing. I think we can make our own rules, Jesse. So I think we're onto something.
I like the cannonball run. I like that idea. Traps, booby traps, vehicles, everything. It's Fury Road. It's going to be a Fury Road situation out there on May 4th.
Listen,
you're going to go full Mario Kart.
I'm concerned about the Gator situation down there in Orlando. So if you could let folks know, it will be safe if they're with you. Don't be scared.
I don't know.
You're going to be okay.
Brian, I refuse to guarantee anybody's safety. Okay? I don't know if you were listening for the last 5 minutes, but it'll be good. It's like Aslan. Brian, I'm like Aslan. I'm good, but I'm not safe. Okay? That's what I'm going to issue to.
So basically, what you're saying is it doesn't matter how you do it. Walk, run. You can have someone fireman carry you the whole way. It doesn't matter. But, whatever you're going to do Saturday, get a little cardio, help transform a child's life.
That's right.
It's going to be a fun time no matter where you do it. Just make sure you do it with people you love. Have a good time.
And you got a month basically to get ready for this,
The Jesse, you should put on your fundraising page like different giving milestones that like if you raise more than $1,000, you will fireman carry me for the whole race or something like that.
All right. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to build those incentives. You people refresh my page, people. And yeah, I'll figure out a way. I'll tweet it out or something. And you can go and you can look at my specific page and see the milestones.
What do you mean? Okay, when you go to your page, you can just like share. There's a share button with it says copy link. That's how you do it. That's how you spread it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to post it to Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
And people can, read the milestones because here's the thing, man. I believe in this cause and people know what I'm capable of when I believe in something. I just dropped a Narnia reference about myself. I'm passionate about this, guys.
You're fired
Actually,
up.
I really am passionate about. I mean, clean water is the number one thing. Say the stat, Brian. It's like the number one thing that. I don't know, like no matter all the economic development, all the other development things happen, the number one thing that's necessary
that's where it
clean
starts.
Water, right?
I mean, listen, if you're a little kid in the middle of nowhere and you have explosive diarrhea because you have a dirty water source, how are you supposed to do anything? How are you supposed to work your family garden? How are you supposed to go to school? How are you supposed to get to that next step that you need to go to? Like, that's for real. Like for real in the field, like that's an issue. So it's a foundational thing to make sure that you have clean water for your yourself, for your animals, for your crops. It really does start with clean water, and everything builds on that.
That's right. If you're no matter what issue you're passionate about personally, you know, whether it be pro-life issues, this is a life issue. Whether it be refugee issues, this is a refugee issue. No matter what sort of development thing you are passionate about, providing clean water globally is an amazing thing to get behind, an important thing to get behind. And again, World Vision, number one provider of clean water in Africa, and there's no better partner to support right now than, especially on World Water Day, than World Vision. So go over to the World Vision Global 6K website at worldvision6k.org. And if you want to take on Jesse /relevant. So there you go. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us, man. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, well, stay tuned. Up next, we'll wrap things up.
We can stay at home and watch the sunset, but I get up from asking, are you bored yet? And if you're feeling lonely, you should tell me before this ends up as another memory.
Do you love God but find religion troublesome? If the church has you feeling like an outsider, Optimisfits is here to change that. In his new book, Ben Corson leads a rebellion against the culture of religiosity and vanilla-flavored Christianity. Too many people die in their 20s and are buried in their 70s. And too many people exist but don't actually live. Optimisfits makes a way for outsiders and misfits to give up on going through the motions and embrace a new approach to life by living out a courageous optimism. Your days of uninspired faith are over. Join Ben Corson and live a life as an Optimisfit. Optimisfits is available wherever books are sold.
Stay at home and watch the sunset, but I can't help from asking, are you bored yet? And if you're feeling lonely, you should tell me before this ends up as another memory.
You're listening to Wallows. The song is Are You Bored Yet? Featuring Clyro. Hopefully by this point in the show, the answer is still no. Well, this was an unusual show because we don't have feedback. We don't have listener of the week. Annie's out on her mental hiatus. She'll be back next week, by the way. And we got the chance.
I call it a hard staycation, but we'll take mental hiatus. Yeah. A mental hiatus sounds like a coma. You know, it sounds like the doctor's coming in and he wants to break it to the family softly. Like, listen, there was an accident. Let's just say she's in a mental hiatus right now. Like a coma. It sounds like a coma. I didn't say it. That's what the doctor said.
And we got to hang out with our new friend Bianca. This is incredible.
I had so much fun. Thanks, guys.
And I got to rewrite your bio. You are now a speaker, a church planner, aspiring matchmaker, Mexican, art history buff, passionate about prisons, founder of the nonprofit In the Name of Love, and the author of Play with Fire, and the upcoming How to Have Your Life Not Suck. That is a lot. You have a lot going on.
Again, I feel
I'm tired just reading that, and I'm a 7 with an 8 wing.
I don't want this Bianca, I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but hearing that, I get discouraged because I'm like, literally, I've done nothing with my life. Like Bianca will accomplish more this week. She'll consume more vegetables because she's liquefying them than I will eat all year this week, and accomplish more for the kingdom this week alone than I can hope to. You know,
that is not true. That is not
my
true.
gift to the kingdom is making Vanderpump podcast puns.
Exactly.
Yours is going into prison. So
we both, one body, many parts. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. I contribute too.
I mean, Chandler's over here making jingles, Jesse's branding the things, Bianca's saving lives. I mean, it all works together.
Everybody's got to do something. Yeah.
Everybody
is not saying to the fan, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I don't need you. Exactly. Yeah. We all add to the body.
Some people are the face and the brain and the hands and the feet in this case. Yeah. But there's other body parts.
Some of them are the disciples. They're like, Matthew, John, Mark. What's his name? That's more like me in the 12. Like, he was around. I think he was doing something. They were cast. He was more the fishing guy. I think he wasn't big on the sermons and healings and stuff. But he's all right hanging out on the boat.
Meanwhile, Bianca has literally found out a way to take books and videos called Breaking Free into prison, and they have allowed it. I don't understand it, but that's what she's done.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say thanks to World Vision for making the episode possible. Remember, the World Vision Global 6K for Water takes place on May 4th, and our whole team is running it here in Orlando. If you want to race with us, go to worldvision6k.org/relevant to register for Team Relevant, or you can sign up and host a race or join a race in your own hometown, anywhere you are. It's really easy. Go find out all the information at worldvision6k.org. Also, thanks to Quip for making the episode possible. Remember, Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/relevant right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. I use mine every day. It's great. You should check it out. Hey, and thanks to Bianca for joining us. You can follow Bianca Olthoff on Twitter at Bianca Olthoff. There's a OL. See, again, these non-phonetically spelled names on today's episode.
It's so sorry. I know. I married a German.
Olthoff.
How dare he? To apologize.
Olthoff. There you go. And learn more about her speaking events and everything she has going on at BiancaOlthoff.com. And thanks to Highlands Worship. Go check out their new album, Jesus You Alone. It's out now. Hey, before we wrap it up, I want to tell you one thing. If you like the Relevant Podcast, help us spread the word. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review if you feel we deserve it. No, do it anyway, even if you don't feel we deserve it.
Do it because Bianca did so awesome today. Don't do it for our sake. Do it because Bianca
do it because
it.
I have already given it a 5-star rating.
There you go. There you go. She's leading by example.
Exactly.
And make sure to check out our newest endeavor, Relevant Daily. It's our daily podcast, video podcast, and audio podcast. It's about 10 minutes long every weekday. We bring you the stories you need to know at the intersection of faith and culture. I host it, and Tyler and Jesse join me every day, bring you the latest of what we're covering here at Relevant. It's, if you can't follow along and read all the articles, here's your little 10-minute primer, your little 10-minute recap to keep you in the loop about what's going on. It's a video podcast that we push out at noon every day, noon Eastern, I should say, and on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all the places. And it's also an audio podcast. So while you're on Apple Podcasts giving us a 5-star review, search for Relevant Daily and subscribe. All right. Well, on that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Tyler Huckabee.
And I'm Bianca Olthoff.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good weekend.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
There was an accident. Let's just say she's in a mental hiatus right now.
Relevant Podcast Network.